thinking, and thinking happens after. And it's like a chicken and the egg kind of question, but
I think action happens before, but effective action happens afterwards. Are you with me? Because you can act like I can jump now. Are you with me? Without even really thinking about it. But it's like, or I could say, okay, I want to jump a certain height or whatever. That's a silly example, but you get what I'm saying. Like, in order for me to effectively act, I must think first. Maybe obviously not for too long, depending on what it is. But I think in order for you to be effective, you have to think first. Are you with me? Because you see a lot of people just doing actions, and it doesn't amount to anything. You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you, fam.
Yeah. So what's it called? I say I'm with you a lot. Innit?
Yeah. No, that's see. Aladdin knows me. Like I'm a person of patterns, innit? So I always recognize that.
Yeah. So like, I would definitely say action. Effective action comes after. Definitely.
That's interesting. So it's only right. I'm going to ask you this question. Yeah, it's like, how do you perceive money, or like, what's your
money?
Yeah, I want to talk about it. Plus, I've got this. I had this sick reflection yesterday. I had to write it down at the time because you know what I realized when I don't write things down. I forget. Yeah.
By the way, we call it bread over here. Yeah.
Jeez, come on, Hovis, bro.
Yeah, come on, man.
This is a Hovis conversation, fam.
So when it comes to money, run the question back to me again.
Yeah, so like, what's your perception of money? How do you perceive money? It's just like, what, you know, actually, let me rephrase that. What is your relationship with money?
Well,
she's my babes.
Yeah, that's wifey still. Obviously, Elizabeth. Yeah, that's my darling still. Yeah. What's it called? My relationship with money, as of recent, has been very good. When I say as of recent, I'm talking like the past sort of 2 years. My relationship with money has been a lot better, not by accident, but just because I put a lot of work in the background, a lot of studying, a lot of trying things, a lot of experimenting, if that makes sense. So as of recent, my relationship with money is very good. Yeah.
The bread is looking healthy.
It's coming in still. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I like that. I'm sitting down with the right person still.
Yeah, definitely. Like, do you know what it is? Yeah, I've always, from young, like I've always had money is like not the forefront, but like I've always found money is very important. Are you with me? Like there's this saying that I heard ages ago, like in this day and age, money is almost as up there as oxygen. You with me? Because in this day and age, you have to make money. You with me? Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what your goal is. For me, I've got goals of like very high goals. Like I want to be able to change things and make a difference with a lot of things, build mosques and do all the other stuff. You with me? Which unfortunately, I don't think it's unfortunate at all actually, but so a lot of people, unfortunately, you just need money for everything. Are you with me? For me, my perception on money is, I think it's so important. So important. So much to the point where it's like, bro, there's very little. I spoke to Aladdin about this not long ago. There's very little I won't do for bread, bro. I can't lie to you. Very little.
Wait, say man's got a price, fam.
Bro,
there's a price.
We was talking about we'll talk about that. Yeah, that whole porta potty thing. Yeah. A lot of people that I know that are probably gonna watch this, probably gonna be on me. But bro, you put the right price on it.
You'll be out there.
Yeah, man's doing that, bro. I can't lie to you because like bread it's important.
I was gonna say fuck what they think anyways, because like
what I find valuable about your perception of money or that kind of situation with the Dubai thing. If I say cool 10 mil, you don't see 10 mil.
Yeah.
You see 100 mil.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it may be 10 mil, but how much can I get flipped? So it's like, how can I see it? And I guess you can apply it to everything, innit? You can apply a life lesson to that. So like you saying a thing to me, what is that life? What's that conversation? If I have a conversation with someone like Gary Vee or give me someone else, flipping Tony Robinson, whatever, is this a conversation? In point blank, like on his by itself is a conversation. The same way that money is just £10,000.
But that's the thing.
But what is it? How do you?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's not just a conversation, and this is what you're basically what I'm hearing is that it's all about mindset. It's about how we perceive what that money can do, and having a certain knowledge and understanding with it. But see that conversation thing. Actually, a conversation, that's a potential perspective shift. That's what conversation is, a potential perspective shift. Because obviously, it's not gonna necessarily happen. But it could happen, you know what I'm trying to say?
Looking at it more than what it actually is. Like looking beyond the point blank value or just the price value of what you see. Looking beyond that. What is the future benefits that can happen as a result of me owning this little thing, this little conversation, this podcast, this 10,000. What can I do with it? What is it's like an investment, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, and I always think of money as like, what like how far can I take this? Are you with me? Obviously, if it's like little amounts of money, like £5, I might go and buy myself something. You know, I might go and buy lunch or something. Or go and add it to my money for food shopping or whatever. Are you with me? But if it's like a substantial amount of money, like even if it's not actually, you give me £500, bro, I'm gonna make something happen with that.
Because otherwise it just sits there and does nothing.
See where I'm coming from? Like for me, I'm always thinking, okay, cool, okay, I get some money. What can I do to maximize this? Most people, I don't know, you guys probably experience the same thing with people that you know or whatever. Most people, it's like, all right, what can I buy with this? What can I spend on this? You know,
it's not how can I make it more valuable?
Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying? Some people will take £500 and go and buy, I don't know, some trainers. Are you with me? Or some Jordans or whatever. You know how resellers are just doing the mad thing now. Are you with me?
Crazy.
You know? So a day, give it 2 days, 3 days, money's gone. For me, I'm thinking, okay, cool. How can I flip this? So let's say I take this £500 and I put it in a trading account and I turn it into.
But resellers are exactly doing that though. If I found £500 and I'm a reseller, me buying trainers is an investment.
Yeah,
I'm getting my money back in.
I'm talking from a consumer perspective.
Okay, sorry.
Like, if I go and buy trainers now and I'm not a reseller, I have no interest in reselling, I just buy trainers because I like it. That's something that RRD is called, rusts and depreciates. Are you with me? So if I go and put my money into something that is something that rusts and depreciates, then it's like, okay, cool. Well, then that money's gone now. Are you with me? But if I take that same money, put it into a trading account, I know with my ability, I can just turn that into something. Let's say £2,000, £3,000, £5,000, whatever. And I could take that same £500 that I found, then go and buy my trainers.
Do you know what's really interesting? That it's like a win-win situation, because even if you lost that £500, you gain the experience. And it's like, it's one of those things like cool, like, because obviously like when it comes to trading and all these other things, we're not always going to win. But when we do, so like even when we do lose, it's like we're gaining the experience. So eventually over time, the more experience we gain, the better we're going to be at doing that thing. So eventually it's going to pay off anyways, regardless.
Definitely. I think as well though, at the same time, with what you, based on what you said about like the experience, I think there comes a time where it's like, let's say out of every 500 times, out of every £500 that I found, let's say I found it 10 times, I feel like there needs to come a point within that 10 times where it's like, okay, I've learnt the experience. Now I actually need to make something with this. You with me? Because experiences are amazing, don't get me wrong, but it's like eventually one needs to graduate from experiences to results. Are you with me? Because if you don't, then it's like you can experience, and then.
But how far? So it's how they utilize the experience.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of people that experience something, they don't really learn anything from it. You with me? Because of lack of awareness and all these things. You get it? So
who decides what an investment is or what isn't? Because one can say, me buying a £2,000 suit is an investment because I'm going to go to a situation, I'm going to go into an environment where everyone else is doing that, so they will look at me and that could be an icebreaker, or like burn a certain type of trainer, it's an icebreaker to have a conversation with someone this and that. So how far who decides what's an investment? Because for me, for example,
we're geniuses.
Well,
not you. I'm a genius. So I don't know about it. Now I'm just playing.
Sorry.
No. But you know what? I just realized there's actual, like I was thinking, like, you know, like consumers like that buy stuff or like it's not adding value and all that other stuff. But then I was thinking actually it's an emotional investment. So they're investing in themselves emotionally. It's not necessarily the best way to get an emotional feeling that you want to feel.
Yes, because,
but temporary, that's an emotional investment. They go like, you bought this thing, they feel amazing. But that's what they believe. They believe that that's the thing that's making them feel amazing. And actually just them internally deciding to feel amazing about something.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's an emotional investment, isn't it?
Yeah, because I realized we never know what turning, because we all remember a version of ourselves that wasn't how we were today. Like the way I am today, the way you two are today, we will remember a time in our lives where we weren't this insightful and this, and we never know what was the turning point. Maybe the turning point was the fact that we bought a certain trainer and that allowed us to believe we had certain kind of confidence. And from there, we then had kind of conversations with certain people and that allowed us to, we didn't know it was an investment, but maybe it's an investment is an emotional investment.
That was the turning point. The conversation was the turning point. That's why listen, this is why we do this podcast. I'm a big believer like in having conversations, like the right conversations. There's obviously people have all kinds of conversations out there. But having the right conversations that can create some sort of value for the person that's listening, and obviously like how people take it in as well. That's a whole different conversation.
Definitely. Just to touch on what you said, though, I think a lot of it comes down to like what's the word I'm looking for? Intention.
Yep.
Are you with me? Because like, if my intention, like, let's say, like you said with the trainers, if my intention is, all right, I'm buying these trainers, so let's say I buy a pair of white Air Forces and I put my logo all over it.
Yeah.
That can be looked at as some sort of investment, because someone might come to say, "Rah, bro, like, what's going on with these trainers?" And that's the starting point. Are you with me?
Yeah.
If my intention is to do that from the jump, then I guess you could look at it as an investment. Are you with me? If not, and the other example that you said, where it's like you just buy a pair of trainers and someone, and you don't know it's an investment until someone says, "Oh, are you with me?" It's like my intention was not for it to be an investment, if that makes sense.
It can still be a valuable outcome, innit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
interesting.
Yeah, I feel like investments are done on purpose. Do you see where I'm coming from? I believe if I do something by accident and it accidentally gives, or if I do something and it accidentally gives me something that I perceive as positive, I don't think I could really regard that as an investment.
Because investment is an action. Investment is an action. So if it happened by accident, that wasn't an action. It just happened. It just that's more like luck. It's just like, cool, you're lucky. Yeah, these trainers you bought for £2, they went up to 5 bags and just got lucky. But no one ever had it. What you said is the intention, and they never had the intention.
Yeah, literally.
Just going back on the two things. Well, the first thing I'm gonna say. So this is more of a mindset thing. The way I start looking at certain things that I purchase now or I consume is I go, what's the trade-off? So it's like one, because it's going back to that thing. It's like going back. If you have 10K, you can flip it to 100K. So it's like my thing is like, cool. If I'm gonna spend this money now, what am I trading off for the future? What could that money be in the future? You know what I'm trying to say? So
by the way, I'm just gonna quickly. If you see me on my phone, because I like to take a lot of notes. You know me, I take a lot of notes. So if you say something that's if I go on my phone, I'm listening, by the way.
Share, do me a favor. Share tell you how you read books, because the way you read books is very, very interesting. But I'll never do it, but I really like it.
So the way I read books is like, it's a lot different to how other people read, or how majority of people read a book. So most people read a book from cover to cover. For me, I will go like, so I do like passes of a book, if that makes sense. Something I learned from Ty Lopez. So let's say I read a book now, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was the first book I ever read, so I'll use that as an example. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'll do a pass over the book. So I'll read the blurb, obviously like go through the contents book, so I can get a feel for what I'm reading. And then after that, I'll look at the contents, see something I'm interested in, and I'll dive into that. And I'll basically, what I'm doing when I'm reading books is I'm looking for the crux, the main parts of the book. Because most books have like 4 main things that the book's trying to teach you. Apart from that, it's just anecdotes. Just
they have a pattern of how they structure books anyway.
Exactly. So they'll give you a point that is most commonly found in either the beginning of the chapter or somewhere at the end.
You figured out the pattern.
Exactly. So like I will look for those things. I'll find the big 4 or 5, how many things is in the main cruxes of the book, and then I might read one story that backs up one point, and then do that for the other points, and I'm putting the book away to return to it later. Because what most people don't understand is like I said, like most books only have 4 main points or around that sort of number. Everything else is just stories to back up the claim. And the reason why authors do that is because they know, if I have a book which only has 4 pages in it, 1 page per main point, you can't really sell a book like that.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna write a book. It's gonna be 5 pages long. Fuck it.
I mean, Javier's book ain't that long. Javier has a very, very small book, but it's still a valuable book.
Go on.
Why do you buy books then? Why do you go to the library and just borrow it? Because it doesn't take that long anyway. So.
Because for me, if I have a book, like it's like when you watch a film. If you watch a film once and it's a good film, you might watch it a 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time, and catch something that you didn't catch before. So when I buy a book, I'm buying it with the intention of, all right, this book is like a friend to me. You know how a friend, you always check in with your friend, So I will check in with that book every so often, and I will come back and look. Like if I'm, let's say Rich Dad Poor Dad, if I'm in a spot where it's like, all right, my financial situation is kind of dropping, what can I learn from this book that I could implement now? Are you with me? So I'm always revisiting books. So I like to have those books. And on top of that, when I read a book, I always write a lot of notes in the back of the book on just the main things that I've learned from the book. Are you with me? So it's like, I can always, if I don't want to read the whole book, I can go to the back of the book. All right, these are the main things that I've learned. Let me dive into these things or read a story that backs up that point, and then obviously just see where I'm coming from. That's why I buy a lot of books. I bought a lot of. I don't even know how many books I've got now. You with me? But you go to any of my books.
Do you know what I like about what you're doing? Yeah, because when I think about, obviously we've got finite time on this planet and stuff, and there's so many different books. There's millions, if not billions of books out there, and it's just like I don't think I'm gonna have the time to read all of them.
You can't.
But you found a pattern. You're speeding up the process, and you're taking the main learning from every single book in a much faster way. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, real talk.
What do you think about this thing? Yeah, so I'm gonna share this reflection that I had yesterday. So what do you think about that thing that people say that the money is the root of all evil?
No, I think lack of money is more the root of all evil. So you think, do you get it? Because when you look at okay, cool. If you Google at any point in your free time, what areas have the highest crime rates? A lot of them are the poorest areas. Why? Because there's lack of money. It's not that.
No, I disagree with that. What areas have the highest crime rates that have been recorded? What areas?
Okay,
I go as far as say London, like Central London has the highest.
Central London.
Because even I saw this thing here, and sorry to cut you off about it. But I really want to share this point here. I saw this comedian who was talking about how I think 60% of rape or sexual assault is not recorded. And he's like, if they're not recorded, how do we know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's not recorded, how do we know that it's part of the stats? Because as far as we know, all we know is statistics. When every fucking statistic is recorded. We ain't got the knowledge of everything.
Do you know what? It's based on an assumption. It's based on an assumption that so they probably had had a conversation with a certain amount of people who didn't say that, or they said it later or whatever. So they're taking that proportion of people and saying that actually because of that around 60%. But you're right. Like if they don't know that, you know what it is. Like see stats. Yeah, I feel like people need to stop taking them too seriously because most of the time stats are like put in a certain narrative already anyways. So there'll be like this amount of whatever. And I always wonder like how the fuck did he speak to every single person? Like how do they know this shit? It's an assumption, isn't it?
What's worse is the fact that most people, what they do, and I think lawyers are the ones that do it the best, they say statistics say that this is this and it proves their point. And when next one says, statistics say this is and proves their point, why are you using statistics for? It doesn't prove everything. So we only like to use statistics when it proves our point, when it supports our point. When it's against our points, we make that statement of but have you spoken to every person in the world? For me, I'm consistent. I can never assume. I can never guess. I can just make my observation and be open to be corrected. I love being wrong. Wrong is the best thing in the world
definitely because you've got something to learn from that.
There we go. So I get excited about that. So why? I like consistency. I like pattern. I like consistency. If you're gonna use statistics, use it for everything, or don't use it.
Or don't use it at all. It makes sense. Makes sense.
Do you know what's interesting when they do when they do research and they do like questionnaires and stuff? They already have an outcome in mind. So the way they base the questions and all these other different things,
tailored towards what they want.
They're already creating a narrative to fit their stats they don't want to get most of the time, anyways. At least that's what I believe. So I think people say no, stats are always factual. Actually, I think they're subjective as well. But so the reason I asked about what do you think about money is the root of all evil? Is because yesterday I had a reflection of, and I've rephrased the statement and I've made it different, which is money is the root of all interactions.
Okay, cool. Elaborate on that.
So I think every single interaction, every single human being's got, even people with like good purpose and all these other different things. I think money's the root of that because it's like, what else can help a person meet the purpose if it's not money? You know what I'm trying to say? Like for instance, if I want to travel somewhere and meet like some incredible people, and that's my purpose to go have conversation with those people, money's going to be what I'm going to be using to get there. So it's actually the roots of my interactions.
Do you know
and then plus to get that money, I'm going to have to go interact with people anyways. It's like who gets money without interacting with people?
Criminals. But
even then you need to
even trading you still have to interact with people. It might not be like direct. I'm talking about interactions that not necessarily in person. But you still someone else online is running some kind of service that you need to interact with.
You know, like my best example of that one is a dog in England has no reason to talk to a dog in Turkey. A human in England has a reason to talk to a human in Turkey because it's financial. Or is beneficial, supportive, whatever. But financial is mainly like the main purpose of a universal communication platform kind of thing.
But I just touching on your point again, I don't think that money is the root of all evil though. I really, really don't. Because I think personally, money just accentuates the person. Are you with me? So if a person is evil, and they have more money, then naturally they're just going to become more evil.
But then what if you looked at evil as an interaction? Because they're doing like that's an experience / interaction as well, right? If someone's doing an evil thing, so it's just a part of it, but it's not the whole thing.
A tool can't be evil. A hammer can be used both to build and to break.
That's the thing.
A tool cannot be evil.
What if money does like not even what if money like so in instances where money does good for people, so how can someone say money is the root of evil? So wouldn't it be like money is the root of good? Like I mean, there's two. Like there's always like I noticed how I said earlier. There's two sides of, or sometimes more than two, but in a lot of instances, two sides to everything. People can say money is the root of all evil, but then it's like you said, if someone is doing good with money, then how can it be? Do you see what I mean? So that's partially why I said as well, like, I don't think it is the root of all evil, because people are doing good. So that naturally, it can't be. Money can be a root of some evil, same way money can be the root of some good, but then it kind of throws both statements kind of throw each other out of the water, if that makes sense. Do you see what I'm saying?
What's really interesting as well is the fact that if I am a person that uses money for evil, again, evil would always be subjective, right? Because I'm benefiting myself. I'm doing good for myself. Therefore, it's doing good just not for you.
For
the person that's saying that it's not going, it's doing good for me. Like even like I said, most of the crime in England is probably done in central London. And that's doing good for that community. I'm saying that common unity of people is doing good for them, not everyone else. Because fuck everyone else apparently to them, but it's still doing good. That's why evil would always be subjective, man. Who's benefiting.
Definitely. Because it's funny. I had a conversation with do you remember that lady, the banana lady? So what's it called?
I want to bring her on the pod. You know, she's cool. I want to bring her on the pod.
I had a conversation with her, and she was saying that a lot of people in England are evil. And I said, I don't fully believe that. I just feel like everybody has their own agenda. And the person that is not benefiting from that agenda says, oh, that person's evil. Yeah. Are you with me?
Because if the person benefited from it, the man would be saying that.
Yeah, exactly. Because if again, unless the person had, high morals, let's say if I went outside and I
robbed values.
I robbed somebody, and gave the money that I robbed that person to her. If she has morals, she'll still say that's evil. Yeah, of course. But a lot of people...
But if she doesn't know where it came from, she wouldn't care. Because it was all what we know. All we know... Bro, I keep saying this, bro. Do you want to say it for me? Say it for me, go on. Because I always say it.
We know what we know until we're presented something new.
All we know is what we know.
I heard it so many times.
What's all we know? Tell that to me one more time.
All we know... To be fair, I got from poet, but fuck poet. All we know is what we know until someone presents something new to me. Know how we say dirty money? I'm not going to spend this money because it's dirty money. What if you didn't know where that money came from?
Give me that one more time.
What we know. All we know is what we know.
Oh, all we know
is what we know.
Is what we know.
Until someone presents something new to us.
Until someone presents something new to us. I like that.
It's a good place to put ad in it. A little ad break.
No, I'm thinking
you
we
might
can
have
take
inspired
this.
what I learned today,
bro.
Maybe.
Tag me.
Maybe.
I think
that's it. Like I hate the idea of the thing is, I don't want to say this like whatever. I'm gonna say regardless. Religion, a lot of religion is solely based on what we know. Because if I eat pork, I didn't know it was pork.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
but pork is always wrong though. I'm kidding. But hey, there's no pork on my fork though. Real talk.
No pork on your fork.
Yeah. I don't even move for that to rhyme, but yeah, that's crazy.
That's fair enough. But no, like a lot of religion stems from that as well. Like obviously, I understand that if you didn't know, you wouldn't get sinned.
Yeah.
But the world we live in, fact is only what we know as a fact. Because we can go as far as to say that. Like I remember I spoke to you about this whilst we're working, and you were telling me how what about gravity? Gravity is a thing that's
I remember this.
As fuck, bro, on the G thing. What if gravity isn't something that's pulling us towards the center? What if gravity is something that's pulling us away from something else? That is, the fact of the matter is these laws of physics that we know that we live around. There are other, and I'll go as far as to believe that there are other species and civilizations outside of this planet that understand the physics on a whole new other level.
I wonder where you learned that.
Logan Paul.
No, the fact that you think there's other species out there.
Because
that's not your thoughts.
What is it?
That came from somewhere else.
Everything comes from somewhere else.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, who taught you that? Because that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in like when people go like there's probably this, there's probably that. And I'm thinking like, is that actually your voice? It's like, is that you talking?
Nothing you say is your voice. We're not the first people on earth. If we're not Adam and Eve, nothing you say is your voice. Further, even them, they had God and Satan, innit?
We're saying Eve was moving mad with the apples and that.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
That's proof that women. Nah, joking. Let me not even get myself cancelled out here. It's crazy.
What does the Bible say? After God, fear women.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing comes from our own voice.
Yeah,
it comes from inspiration from other things.
Yeah, definitely.
You've been inspired by the world. Let the world be inspired by you. Nothing we do is original. We just have a different mixture or melange, how they say.
We just have a different level of creativity. How we put it together.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting, man.
I'm interested to know you guys' thought on, because I know you asked me earlier about what my perception is on money. What is you guys' perception on money?
It's a tool, man.
And is it important as everybody makes it out to be, in your opinion? What do you guys think? It's a
tool, and it depends where you live. Those are the two answers to your question.
Why'd you say that? What should I say? What makes you say that?
Because if you give £5 to an Eskimo, you use it as toilet paper or fire, or fire, whatever. You know what I'm saying? In fact, money it has no value without us. And I learned this from crypto as well, because crypto really, truly, if you really look into it, crypto is fucking valueless. Even more so.
It's us to give it the value.
People, and that applies to everything in the world. Like anything that's valuable is only valuable.
I think it's got its technological values. Like I actually think it does have value. Like as in on a literal.
Yeah, but I'll go as far as to say that even a conversation is valueless unless we take value from it. If we choose to take value, and this is everything in the world. So if you go back down to money, like all tools, is valueless unless you're using it in the right place. Then it becomes valueless. No, valueful. What's opposite valueless?
Full of value.
Yeah, value.
Full of value. Word of the day. But yeah, depends on what you're using. It becomes valuable. So living in this London, I don't value money. I understand the value of money. I understand what money can do, not to the fullest extent, but to a decent amount of it, of understanding. But I don't value it, because this thing is not, to me, is not a thing that is not like, not even top. I can probably list that 10 things that are more valuable than Queen Elizabeth.
So
I don't value it.
Yeah.
But I understand its value, which is why I do what I do to earn it, because it is never the end, it's always the means.
Yeah.
I'm saying I can never value the means, or more time I can't value the means. I will always value the end, but the means is also necessary. Because that's what I learned that recently in Seven Habits. Okay. Is you have to give attention to both equally. Give attention to the means, give attention to the end. Doesn't matter if you don't value it or not. When it comes to the means, give attention to it, because without that you can't get that. Is that the goose and because that's the example you gave, the goose and the golden egg. If you focus so much on getting the golden egg, you end up killing the goose, and then fucking up your resource or your thing. If you care so much about the goose, you don't have the motivation to actually get the golden egg. So it's giving equal value, and understanding equals value, but end is always more priority. The end is always the thing, and the means is always like something that you don't have to give value to, man. That's my understanding of money, at least.
I hear that. What about you?
So I'm the opposite of him.
Of course you are.
Like literally. So for me, it's about for me, money is the process. Like money is a process. Money is something that creates processes.
Okay.
Money is something that will make people go through a process. So I think I value what money can create. Like what type of process it can create.
Yeah.
And again, just going back to the thing, obviously not everything's good, and in terms of like some people will try go through some like evil like routes to try get the money and all of that other stuff. But I think back in the day I didn't respect money that much, or I kind of had more of Aladdin's outlook of like like people that make money, sometimes they do these different things and the world is fucked, all of that stuff. And actually that's changed for me a lot in the last 2 years.
Okay.
But like now I'm just like, actually I respect it and I value it a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually once that changed, it's like how my access to money has changed as well at the same time. If that makes sense. Just want to go back to one thing quickly, because you said something changed for you 2 years ago. I wanted to ask you if you know what the change was.
What, in order for me to start making more money?
No. So so you kind of like, you said like it changed for you 2 years ago in terms of like how you perceived money. So
I think so. 2 years ago, something changed to make me start making more money. But in terms of my actual perception towards money, what changed it was Rich Dad Poor Dad. But that wasn't 2 years ago. That was like, boy, when did I read that book? I started reading properly maybe like I think 6 years ago or something like that. That's when shit really started like taking off for me. Maybe not financially, but that's when my mind was sparked. Like, oh shit! So there's actually a way to actually make this bread.
And sometimes the fruits come later, anyways. Of whatever you've taken in.
Definitely. Yeah. But that's like from there. That's when I started really like, okay, cool. Now I know there is actually a way to make money. Because I always thought like, because I was around a lot of like, not poverty, but like people around me didn't make a lot of money, if that makes sense. Not when I say a lot of money, I'm talking like money. Are you with me? People weren't really making it like that. So for me, I always thought the people that are making this money, they're having it by accident, or there's something esoteric,
like something magical, they're doing something incredible.
I just could never even fathom until I started reading properly.
But all it is they had a different perspective. What that means.
Yeah, they were just following the same way. There's laws of the land. I believe there's laws of money. Are you with me? And when you understand the laws and you abide by them, you start making more money. And for me, I'm a living testament to that. Because as soon as I started reading that book, I started operating differently. As soon as I started operating differently, my circle started to change. Like the amount of the different people and the amount of money that they were making started to change. So obviously, when you start getting little wins, I remember these times I was working in Tesco. So these times I started making like little wins, started connecting with with new people that were making a little bit more money. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me start changing how I spend my money. So rather than spending, I used to spend a lot of fucking money on trainers. You ask any of my close brethren, literally like from school times, I was the Air Force King. Any colour, literally, bro. Like,
you got the Air Forces there today as well. You still are the Air Force King, fam.
Boy,
you know how hard it is to get these Air Forces right now.
Boy, I mean, I got my plug there.
You're saying your Air Force King come like
the full white, they're on demand still.
Yeah, so like obviously I started operating differently, spending my money on different things. Rather than spending money on trainers, I started spending money on books. I went to like a property seminar. I can't remember the name of the guy. It wasn't Samuel Leeds or another guy. I can't remember his name now. But he was doing a seminar in London. I didn't have a suit, nothing, because obviously these times I'm always dressing like a not hoodlum, but like just as a teenage guy. You with me?
Yeah,
like,
just
jeans
learning,
and your tracksuits or whatever. So yeah, I started. I went to this place now, and I started meeting different people, wearing double-breasted suits and all this thing. Now I was thinking, okay, cool. These are the type of people I need to spend more time around. And I started putting my money at the same time into books and other courses and stuff like that. Even now, I spend more money than a lot of people would think on courses and stuff like that. But back then, I started, okay, well, meeting this person, and then meeting this person. I started looking to trade, and I reached out to one guy on Instagram. And I started really learning how to trade. Well, no, in the beginning, actually, I got finessed by one guy trading. So I was like, okay, cool. Fuck this trading thing.
Shit. You care for sharing that story? Is that private?
No, I can share that. I can share that. So what's it called? In fact, I'll share that in a minute, actually. I'll definitely share that in a minute. But yeah, so I got finessed by one guy, and I was like, fuck trading. And then obviously, a couple of days down the line, I was like, all right, cool. Let me actually look again properly. So I reached out to another guy. Bit hesitant. I went down to an office in Canary Wharf. He gave me like a pitch on something, the network marketing company I was with for like 3 years or something. And then obviously from there, I started meeting more people, started reading more books. So again, little wins. And I started making a bit more money besides work now. Bearing in mind, I never made money outside of work, outside of my place of work.
Now you have an extra income.
So I had another extra income, and it wasn't even a lot. I remember it being like £100 and something pounds extra a month. But to me, that was a lot of bread. Did you get it? So I just kept on that same path, buying more books, more courses, and things started picking up. Started traveling to different countries, meeting different people in different countries, seeing their mentality. I went to Sushi Samba with a guy that was like doing really well in the network marketing business, and like these times I'm sitting at the table with this guy was making like 500k a month with me, so multi-millionaire guy, and I was sitting at the table with him eating dinner, talking about semen retention and shit. Like, they're with me. But these times I'm just the guy that was the Air Force King working in Tesco, making no bread. Do you get it? So from there, I was like, as I look back on my life, I was like, wait, hold on. So there's a way to do this, and I proved it to myself by consistently doing the things that I was taught through these books. And over time, obviously I started making more money, and here I am now.
This is so interesting because like everything you just described, and this is literally what I said, what my definition of money is. It's like it's a provider for a process. You literally went through a process, multiple processes to get a bread. That's mad.
You know? So for me, that's why I respect money so much now. Because it's like I understand that there's a way to make it, and if I follow the rules, I'm gonna make money. And for me, it's like money is not. I know I'm going off tangent now, but like money is not. It's like how I said earlier about money is so important. It's not just because of money, like because I want to buy trainers or something. Like it's past that now. Are you with me? It's like now it's like I want freedom, true freedom. Are you with me? So and for me, like I feel like I need 25 grand or more a month to be able to have freedom the way I want it, like total and complete freedom. Freedom in every sense of the word. Are you with me? Like now I would regard myself as pretty free. Like I can do what I want. If I want to travel today, I can go. I want to buy this bag or trainers, I can do that. But if I wanted to, I don't know, if I wanted to travel to every single country like in the world, now I couldn't do that now.
Do you know what's interesting? I think was it 1 million? I think obviously before the current crash like of crypto all of that stuff, I think like 2 months ago, I think if you had $1 million in Bitcoin, millions worth of Bitcoin, I think you could get about maybe like 5K a month as passive income.
Okay.
So obviously, you know, you times that by 5. If you've got 5 million there, it's just and it's passive. You're not doing anything.
Definitely.
And the Bitcoin stays the same.
Definitely. So yeah, man. But obviously, I'm going to share that story that you wanted me to share actually as well. So obviously, when I started learning, or when I wanted to start learning how to trade, I came across this guy. Should I say his name? Should I say that pussy or's name? Nah, joking. What's it? I'm not even going to give him the what's it called.
There's no rules, but
say what?
Nah. I don't even want to give him the. I don't want to give him any advertising. Nah,
big him up though. You know why? Do you know why I say this?
Started the journey in a way. No?
It's because he highlighted your mindset. So this guy that obviously I don't know the story. You're gonna tell the story in a second, but obviously after the fact that he scammed you, he actually showed who you are as a person, as a person. Because what happened? You had a bad experience, and this is your mindset. You said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna let this experience stop me from trying to get to where I want to get to. Even though he was a bit more cautious. But another person would have not done that.
Literally.
So if anything, this guy kind of like he gave the gift of highlighting your mindset
true.
of who you are in a weird way.
In the moment, I wasn't even thinking like that because I didn't have money to play with. Man's making like 1-2 from Tesco. You with me? Like, so...
but bro, I swear I looked at you start thinking what Tesco, as in you was buying sweets from Tesco and go to school making a bill.
No. I meant like I was working in Tesco, making like £1,200 a month. Are you with me? So for me to part with, how much did I pay him? Like £400. That was a hit. Are you with me? That's like a third of my income for that month gone. Do you get it? So, so I reached out to him
on Instagram. Was it Instagram?
I can't remember if it was Instagram or if it was
Facebook.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it might have been on Facebook. Something
MSN.
like. Nah, not on MySpace.
Old school. Let's go.
But yeah, I reached out to him anyway, and obviously he put me through to his like assistant or whatever, so she could show me the ropes. I said, cool. Let me follow what she's saying because I paid the money. So I was like, I'm paying the money. I'm gonna fucking listen to what they're saying. So she gave me this stuff or detailed stuff to sign into or whatever. Bearing in mind, I had to put an extra like £200 in as well as like capital for me to invest. So, yeah, I did that now, and then they were giving like trades out for us to profit from. They were just bullshit. Like it was rubbish. Risk to rewards were off. It was just nonsense. But obviously, I know why they were doing that now because they'd signed me up to a broker. So every time I trade, they make money off of my trades or whatever. But so they didn't care whether I was winning or losing. They were just giving me trades just to take so that I could put money in their pocket, basically.
Yeah, because that's how they make money from you.
Yeah, so obviously I was doing that for a while. I made, I think it was like £16 and had lost everything. Everything. And obviously these times now, I was doing this for like 2 months. So I put in some money for my next pay. It was in my birthday at the time. I took all the birthday money that I got from family, put it in, lost everything, bro. Literally.
Wow.
So obviously these times I'm like, yeah, fuck this guy, man. Let me just cut through and just keep doing what I was doing. Put in extra shifts in at Tesco or whatever. And that was that story. But obviously it was that over the course of like, it wasn't even 2 months, maybe like 3 months even.
Just
over 3 months gone.
If I like me looking at your story from my perspective, I take more offense to the fact you took 3 months of your time opposed to taking £400.
Yeah.
I take more offense to that because I value time so much. It's like,
now I do. Because those times it was just the money. Are you with me?
No, of course.
In reality, we have no limit to the amount of money we can make. We have a limit to how much time we have in a day. I mean, if you follow the Western or sports,
I'm with you.
But the fact of the matter is, we don't have a limit to our money. We have a limit to our time. Yeah, we don't value it as much, which is really interesting. I don't know why. That's the social norm.
Yeah.
Why do you think we don't value our time as much as our money? What's your theory?
I don't know. It sounds like you don't value your time. I definitely value my time.
I value it. I just want to know how other people. I'm trying to.
Is it just in general? I don't know.
I think because we've been put like, so the society's like thing is you got to make money so you can pay your bills and all that stuff. So because that's been pushed on us from early, I feel like that's our goal. So everything else falls by the wayside now. I need to get the money.
I think I'm on the way now. I think I might figure that out.
That's my opinion anyway. But what do you think?
Definitely get that on. I think I might realize that. I look at it as we don't have no limit to our time and our money. Sorry, but we have a limit to our time. I think the majority of the world look at it as we don't have what's the opposite of a limit? Like you got a limit here, and what's the opposite of that? We ain't got
unlimited.
And
what's the other version of that? So we always have 24 hours no matter what. We don't have less than 24 hours. We don't have more than that. We all have 20, whereas money can go to minuses. So the fact that we have the ability to go down to minuses is what allows us to value it so much. Yeah, we always want to stay above that minus.
But true.
And that's the word. Like, I haven't spoken to many like millionaires, billionaires, whatever. But I know for a fact that they value, if not power, then time.
Yeah.
Because money is like a thing that's.
It's interesting you said power. I was listening to something this morning. I'll talk about it in a bit. But
we spoke about it with Jonah. Basically, my thing is once you have a certain amount of money, power becomes the next attractive thing. Yeah. Because right now money is our attractive thing, but after that, once you've got a stable income, now you want power. Yeah. Or you want effective change, depending on your morals and whatnot. Yeah. But no, I think that might be the reason because we have the ability and it's possible for us to have less money opposed to compared to us having time and less time. That might be the reason why we're so like hell bent on focusing on let me make this harvest and whatnot. And it might be.
I think for me it's slightly different. I think the reason, I'm assuming the reason people don't value the time as much is because time is a given, so it's like it's guaranteed. And I know it sounds a bit weird to say because people can just die. Like obviously, I understand that. Hence why people change the mindset after someone passes away. Because until then, it's like time is guaranteed, and then someone passes away, they go, actually, life is kind of short. That's the phrase they usually use. And then you start realizing that, hey, shit, like actually, like I need to do a bit more with my time. And usually, it's not a long lasting realization because once they get over that person passing away, then later on they're like, oh, time is guaranteed again because they forget that feeling or that mindset they had at that time. So some people do, some people don't. For some people, it changes their life completely. For the rest of their life, they go, actually, I'm going to be utilizing my time to the max.
I kind of see that as, you know how you got the whole present to the moment thing, I see it as a beneficial utilization of your present to the moment because there's always a limitation to how long we're present to the moment for. We always have a sentence. I'm not saying it always ends eventually. 1 second, sorry. Whereas eventually it ends. So how can we utilize it to benefit or disadvantage ourselves? Being a present to the moment isn't a bad thing. I don't think being a present to the moment is a bad thing. I think choosing how long you want to be there for and also taking stuff like, let's say for example, you went into trading on a fuck it thing. It was never like, no, for a fact I'm gonna. No, it was a risk, innit?
Of course.
So
I think deep down you knew.
Not after that experience.
From what I heard, I feel like you knew. You just didn't. Didn't know that you knew.
Do you know what it is? I knew the potential of freedom that I could attain from trading. You with me? Because with trading, you don't have to clock in somewhere to trade. I don't have to be in my house to trade. I can be anywhere in the world. I can make as much fucking money as possible. Are you with me? With within my my level of understanding and my level of skill.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's trading for you. I think for you is going back to that thing of the freedom. I think you're more set on the purpose of having that freedom.
Freedom is the
trading just like one of the like ways you're gonna get there. I think you'll find other ways anyways, or you probably already found other ways of doing.
That's the thing I'm trying to
so it's like I think it's just the purpose is so strong that actually it doesn't really matter how I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna find a process that I can use to get there.
Exactly. Bro, I was willing to do anything. When I say anything, I don't obviously within my morals and that.
Yeah.
You with me? Like obviously, I wasn't gonna be out here like killing people for money or being an assassin or something. You with me? Like for me, it was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try as many things as possible. So if I got finessed by this other guy, I might have tried 3 or 4 other times because I know, again, like I said, how much freedom I can attain from trading. But if it just wasn't working, I started affiliate marketing before trading. I dabbled into that because I know you can make a lot of money there as well. I was willing to do a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is when you did that, you took a risk, right?
Yeah.
And that risk, that mentality of I'm going to take a risk, it doesn't last forever. You was being a prisoner to that moment. Yeah. Which is why I say being a prisoner to a moment isn't a good or bad thing, because in that moment you was like, you know what, fuck, I'm going to do it. Yeah, exactly. As a result of that, look, you know. Yeah. So you was a prisoner to the moment. You utilized which is what I love about what I find interesting about prison. There's 2 types of people that come out of prison: people that benefit and people disadvantaged from it, right? Because in reality, it's a rehab. It was meant to be a rehab. Yeah. But not all of them come out rehabilitated, right? Yeah. So being a prisoner to a moment, you're a prisoner to a moment or a situation or a mindset in that specific moment. And in turn, do you utilize your current emotion and mindset to benefit yourself like you did with the trading? Or to disadvantage yourself? I can't find an example, but like someone who's like using that, you know what? Like, the worst one is post-nut clarity. That's the worst version of because that could fuck you up. That could fuck you up. Yeah, man. And now you got 4 kids.
And now you're just drained.
And
he's ready to go to sleep.
And 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere. So like those are 2 kind of examples I'm going to use. So like, how can we utilize our present moment to benefit a different version of ourselves that's coming after? Not say coming on. That comes.
You know what I thought of when you said coming? Yeah. You know that thing that you showed me, that joke thing, that
The Boys,
of the guy. Yeah.
I've seen The Boys season 3.
No, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I don't even want to share it. Anyway, The Boys season 3, when that guy goes inside the thing, and everyone, if you know, you know it. But the point I was trying to make is the idea of, I used to always feel like bringing a prisoner to the moment was a bad thing, but it is only a bad thing if we allow it to become a bad thing, if we don't take the benefits from it, because it's like adrenaline. I guess being a prisoner to the moment is like a type of adrenaline. It's a temporary amount of emotion that would only last in that time period, and then it will go away after that. So how the same way like a mother would use her adrenaline to pick up a card to save her baby, that's, you use it for, and now your baby survives, which is the thing that continues happening after you've done the thing. Yeah. So that's kind of like my new realization. Now I'm going to try to apply that everything I do. Just how can I use my prisoner to the moment to benefit.
You stay in them prisons, bro. I'm not going there.
Where?
Well, I'm trying to rehab, man.
You stay in the moment. You know what it is? I also look at it as it's a mental prison, and I spoke about this last week actually with a couple of people. But it's interesting because like people have like they've either been put in prisons, mental prisons by other people, or they put themselves in certain prisons. For instance, parenting is a big one. Where parents like put their kids in a certain like mental prison. Where they have to do this or do that and whatever, and they don't get to become themselves. And or maybe like when they get to like 30, 40, they go, like, actually, like now I can do what I wanted to do rather than what my parents were telling me. So I just want to go back to that one thing. I want to go back to your question of why don't people value the time? And what I realized actually, time equals existence. Time isn't like, it's just a measurement for existence. It's like, how long did you exist for? So going back to the thing, it's not that they don't value the time, they don't value their existence.
Existence for living. Remember,
their existence.
Not living.
Existence. Yeah.
Okay, because we think about the same
thing.
They
don't value the existence because, and the reason I say this is because like, people that value the time, it's like, what do they have in common? It's like they think that the time is valuable. So they think that their own existence is valuable, that they bring something to the table. And people that don't value the time and let's say waste a lot of time is because they don't think they bring value with their existence. It's super interesting.
Where did you learn this from? Because I'll be interested to read. It seems like you guys we're talking about the same thing. I'm interested to learn a bit more about that.
I don't know where I learned that from, but it's that's how my mind works. So I always try to, I think the way my mind works, I always try to look at that same thing, but I try to look at it from a completely different point of view. So my mind is very creative, and I go, actually, can I stand at this angle and look at it and see what I see?
When you asked me what the pod is about, do you remember what I told you? When you said, what's this podcast about? Remember what I said?
I remember you saying it was just a conversation. That's what I do.
You didn't say it's about him.
Yeah, I said it was about you. Remember, I said it's about you. The podcast is about you. Because the same way he says,
I don't even know. I just remember you saying it was just a conversation.
That might have been but the reason why I say that is because if I read a book, the book don't change. If I watch a podcast, the podcast don't change. If I watch a movie, they don't change. The thing is still in itself doesn't change. It's the person that consumes it that changes.
Yeah, real talk.
So anything you consume is from your perspective. Now that me and Leo fully understood that, how can we now try to experience it from a different perspective? Yeah. I now know that what I'm seeing is not how it is. Like if I read a book and I find it profound, I find it very, very powerful, that's my experience of it. Now let me shift my mindset to a different perspective. Maybe you borrow someone else's mindset and try to use that. It's almost like kind of like telekinetic kind of. It's like a superpower, isn't it? To use their mindset, to use their mindset to now watch that movie or read that book. And with that, you can now understand the person. Once you understand someone's perspective, you understand the person to a deeper level. Then you can make some progress from there. That's what I'm trying to do with my parents right now. I'm trying to like kind of understand their mindset because they grew up in Algeria and they have a completely different kind of mindset. Good luck. Good luck. Well,
changing older generation is.
I don't want to change them. I just want
even trying to get them to instill different things.
It's mad.
It's levels. Do you know what's interesting? So someone was saying to me as well. I got a question for you, by the way, after I say this. But someone was saying this to me. They were saying like, this. Basically, we're talking about like how older people will tell younger people how to live, right? But even though younger people they're in a completely different generation, they got access to completely different things. And they would tell them how to live. And someone was, I had a debate with someone, and they said, it's a good thing. They say there's something in ancient times or like old times where they had ways of living, which is amazing and all that stuff. Yeah. To some extent, I get that. But I was thinking, actually, like, I disagree with that because it's like, let's say you got an iPhone, what's the newest model now? Like iPhone 20 or something?
13.
iPhone 13. Let's say you got iPhone 13, yeah? Would you then go to iPhone 5 and then start using that and say, you know what, actually it's got value?
Depends what I needed it for, really. But in most cases, no. No.
So what I'm saying is that the iPhone 13 is it's a much more advanced model because it's built in a different era. So I think it's the same with people. I think when people are born in a newer generation, which has more information, more knowledge, all these different things are more accessible. They also get a chance to become a better version as a human, right? So my thing is that there might be some old school concepts that older people have, but at the same time, like, actually, the younger people now will probably become a better version of them. You know what I'm trying to say? That's all. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I've had this insight.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Mainly because, like, I feel like you said, we have access to more information than they did, and in their time. Are you with me? So, like, Google, I can go and Google and search just about anything and find the answer. Back then, they can do that, so they had to kind of base their ideologies and their way of living based on, you know, more limited information.
I think they had limited development opportunities, but like we've got more of that now than they did back in those days.
Definitely. I mean, I know they had books back in the day as well, you know, when the older generation were about. But at the same time, I just feel like because books, if you go and read a book, it means you have to go and you have to do something. You have to search for the answer. Are you with me? So you might have to go through pages and pages and pages and pages and pages to find the answer you're looking for. Whereas now it's like, and that might take the older person, I don't know, 3 hours to an hour, 2 hours, whatever, to find the answer. But for us now, we can, all right, what is this? The answer to this? Boom.
I can just go on your Instagram and watch what you learned today.
Do you see what I'm saying?
You know what I'm trying to say? But you've lived your whole day and then you sped up the process and you put everything in a short, concise message. And I got on Nathan's thing. By the way, just to tell you, your Instagram is actually, see your Instagram, if I didn't know you, is the kind of Instagram I block or decline.
Serious?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
You know why? Yeah, because I can show you now. Do you know how many like Forex trader accounts I get that try to follow me and to tell me, yo, whatever. So your thing looks like a Forex trader account.
Does it really?
Yeah, bro.
You see,
what's your bio said? Let me go on your bio right now.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Mad. Yeah,
But here's a question for you. Just carrying on that.
Yeah, I can't.
Just carrying on that thing. You do something incredible, which is the today I've learned thing. Yeah. So I just wanted to ask you like 2 questions on that. Like number one, what inspired you to even do that? If you remember, because most of the time, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
And number 2 is like, what have you learned in that process of doing that so far?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, what was the first question? What inspired me to do it?
So yeah, what inspired you to do it?
Okay, cool. I was looking for, I know exactly when as well. Well, not when, but what it was. So I was looking for ways to branch myself out as a, I want to say as a brand, but like just to get more attention, basically. I was listening to Grant Cardone, and he said, when it comes to marketing, something that you can do in one day, you can do it every day. You with me? So I was like, okay, cool. What can I do that will, number one, help me, kind of improve on my speech and stuff like that, because I wasn't the best talker, early on. So obviously that, and what can I do to branch myself out and get more attention? And what can I do where people can see me and see the type of person I am, how I speak, how I articulate myself, and say, yeah, that's the type of guy that I would want to work with. Okay, I sat down for some time. Why not just talk about what I learned?
Yeah,
you with me? Because I read every day, I learn something every day. So why not just put it out there? Sometimes people may listen, people may not listen, but I'm putting shit out there. If you see me every day, that's all I care about. Are you with me? Because you're not going to forget about me that way. So I was like, all right, cool, let me do it. I remember it was on the 24th of February, 2000 and it was 3 years ago. So 2000 and what?
So that's before COVID, right?
Nice.
Yeah, before COVID, yeah. So I did it 1 day, did it 2 days, did it 3 days. People were like, oh, bro, I like this. I was like, all right, cool, let me continue. Had a couple of people say, oh, bro, like after a year, oh, bro, you talk every single day. I was like, yeah, but you're seeing my shit. So that's all I care about.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where like people, I remember I drove to, so I drive a diesel car. So every so often you have to drive your car on the motorway to get to clear out the particulate filter. So I remember I drove one time and I must have come back at 3 a.m. I came back to 6 messages. Bro, you haven't posted what I learned today. I said, shit, swear down. All right, say no more. I'm going to keep this up until whenever. So that's where it kind of spurted from, and that's what kind of made me be more consistent with it. The second question was, what have I learned from doing it? People will hold you accountable. People will hold you accountable. That's one thing I learned. Second thing I learned is you are more prone to be consistent when there's social pressure on you. So I remember the first video I did, I should have saved it. I don't think I did, but I said, I'm going to do what I learned today every day until whenever, maybe until I die, who knows, right? And so like quite a few people watched it or whatever, and there was a time where I did it kind of late in the day. People were like, what, no video today? You with me? So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna, because I don't want to look like a fool on Instagram. Oh, he said he was gonna do something and he didn't do it. So what? Let's say he's trading or whatever. That means he could be lying about that. He could be lying about the fact that he goes to the gym. He could be lying about, are you with me? I don't ever want to give someone a reason to think I'm disingenuine, or I just don't want to look like a fool online. Both of those two things. And
it's also that thing nowadays, we live in an era, like if you didn't post something on social media, did you really do it?
Yeah. Are you with me? And I don't want to ever be in a position where someone can come to me and make me look like a fool on Instagram. I'm not that guy. Are you with me? Well, I try my best not to be that guy. Are you with me? So, you're more likely to be consistent when there's social pressure on you. So I'm consistent, not just because of what other people think, but I also want to make sure that I keep myself accountable. I want to make sure that I'm learning something every day.
Yeah.
I know it's a consistent. I know it's a thing when what you do. It's something that Leo told me about a while back. When you read a book, you read a book and you take whatever you take from it. But when you read a book to teach, it's a different situation. So when you're doing you're going about your day.
Yeah.
you're always thinking about, cool, what am I going to take for today and to teach in my what have I learned today?
Yeah.
So it makes you kind of take it in a different kind of way.
Take the information in differently.
Yeah. Because how does the saying go? Once taught, twice learned, or something like that.
What's that one?
So once you teach it, you learn it twice. Because you have to learn it, and then when you teach anything, you learn it. It becomes more deeper ingrained in your mind, innit? So a lot of the stuff that I've learned, I've actually learned. It's not just, I need to quickly read a page so I can put what I learned today. No, I'm actually learning shit. Are you with me? And then when I do learn it, I articulate it in a way where it's easy for my listener to understand, and it's also easier for me to understand. Are you with me? Because that's the only way you're ever going to learn anything, when you break it down to simple terms so you can understand it better.
I have a question for both of you.
Yeah.
And so I want to ask you this question from your Forex past. I'm going to ask you this question from your youth working past as well.
I've got a question for both of you as well, actually. You touched on it, but yeah, I want to find out a bit more.
Do you want to go first or do you want to? I don't mind.
Yeah, all right, cool. So I noticed you guys said that my page is the type of page you'd block. Okay. What would you advise for me as an outside person to make my page more appealing to you guys?
It depends what you're trying to advertise. What are you trying to?
Me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to advertise me and what I do.
Do you know what I would say? I'll just be straightforward. Just take out the Forex thing, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Just take out the Forex thing. I think purely just because like nowadays on Instagram, everyone's experienced like there's always some kind of Forex. I swear to God, I'll show you after. I've got like 20 requests from like different Forex pages, and I know some of these are scammers or some of them could be genuine, whatever. But it's like it's basically it's like Instagram right now is like a LinkedIn for trading or like scams, basically. You know what I'm trying to say? Where people go on LinkedIn to look for job, like on Instagram right now. It's actually, and also Instagram is also the biggest dating app as well. It's not all these other like Tinders and Hinge and whatever. It's actually Instagram. That's the biggest platform for it. You know, just take the Forex thing out. So then automatically straight away you look like a human.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I think because you only block them because they follow you. You don't go out of your way to look for someone that's So do you follow people? Do you just follow random people on a random thing?
Do you know what's funny? I did used to follow people when I was in network marketing because it was kind of like a hunting thing. Like I'm looking for people to join me. And I realized that's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit.
That's what they're doing. That's what these people, because these people, they got numbers. Because the worst ones are the ones that look nice. Do you know the ladies
driving them and say no.
I'm talking about the ladies, but there's certain ladies that because they're private pages, but their DP is like 10.
Everyone listening, if you want to scam Aladdin, you know what will get him.
No.
As long as you
babes, I definitely block them. But the thing is, what they do is because they come to me.
I reckon you would melt if there's a woman that stuck it on you in real life,
about what,
and just in general, and just like as in like stuck in you, like just like moved to you. And wanted to scam you, I reckon you'd melt.
No, I've had it before. I'm very good at saying no.
Yeah,
I'm sensational at saying no.
I'm
very good at convincing.
Well, you had a scammer before that tried.
Bro, that's a story off the pod situation.
Crazy,
that nuts. But listen, what I don't like from my experience is they come to me. You don't go to people, so you're fine.
Nah, I used to go to people, and it's nuts because since I haven't been going to people.
They come
people would hitting me up on a mad thing
because they're looking for they're looking. If you took out the Forex thing, I reckon you have less people because they're looking for a Forex guy.
Yeah,
and when they see the buyer, cool. This is what I'm.
Did they hit you up for that? Is that what they hit you up for?
Yeah, like bro.
And how did they find your Insta? Like, is it random or like?
Well, some of them are people that knew me from the past, or because I create a good relationship with everybody I meet, or when I was in network marketing. If they go, bro, like I'm actually looking for something like investment or Forex or whatever, they'll check my guy out. You with me? Check my guy out because he actually knows what he's doing.
But then that's the thing. But you don't need to put Forex in your bio for them to come to you.
Yeah, but you'd have to put podcast in your bio.
Do you know what? Yeah, I disagree to an extent because for me, I don't want to be that person where it's like you come to my page and you don't know what I'm on. Are you with me? Like I want a new person that comes to my page. I want you to know. I trade Forex. I'm not a Forex guy. You know when people say, oh, Forex guy, sales guy. I'm a guy that trades Forex. Are you with me? So like, I don't want people to come to my page and, don't know what he's on, next page. Because people, with attention, you guys will probably know this very well as well. On TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever, Snapchat, it only takes a couple of seconds for you have basically a window of a few seconds to catch somebody's attention. Or for people to know, okay, is this guy going to be useful? Yes. All right, let me follow him or let me message him. No, next page. Oh, there's someone else that's shaking their cheeks on whatever. Are you with me? So like, so for me, I don't want to give anybody any confusion. Come on my page, you can see Forex. If you don't like it, you might like the fact that I sell perfumes. You with me? Sex in the bottle, Majestic essences. Yeah, talk to me. But yeah, what's it called?
Come on, no.
But what's it called? Or you know that I'm teaching something every day.
Yeah,
you with me? You might. I put up gym videos. Sometimes people might have gym motivation from me or whatever. I want when someone comes on my page, you know what I'm on. So you either like me or you don't. Either way,
you're gonna continue.
You know what I'm. You know what I'm doing.
That's what.
Because you might not like me now. You might like. Later down the line, when you hear Forex a few times from a few other people, I might just spring to mind. Are you with me? I always want people to. I don't want to give anybody any confusion.
But I feel like the biggest thing you do, and this is just obviously this is my perspective. Anyway, I think the biggest thing you do is you teach people mindset.
Yeah,
but that's not in your profile.
Yes, yeah, that's right. But that's not something that I monetize though. So for me, it's just like
it's still something you do.
No, it is. But it's like for me. I put on my page shit that I'm selling or shit that people can come to me for. Are you with me? So if people come to me for mindset, that's like, so what I learned today is more of like, it's an opening window.
But listen,
for people
but this is what I think. So from the conversation we had on this podcast and from how I got to know you now, is like, I think personally, this is everyone else is going to say a different thing.
Yeah.
Your strongest attribute is your mindset. You got a sick mindset.
Yeah.
But one thing I realized is what makes you different and what makes you special. It's not the things that you do, it's your mindset that makes it special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's a bunch of other people that do the same thing as you do, but they might have a very different mindset to you.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah. So in your opinion, would you say that it would be useful for me to add the fact that I do those videos on a day? Wait, no, I think I isn't it on my page?
My answer is I don't think it matters. I think it's a thing of like whether you get more people on your Instagram or not. I don't think that matters. I think what matters is the people that's going to interact with you anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? That's the goal. The goal is you're going to interact with some people who actually love how you do things. Not love what you do. They will love how you do it.
How I do it. Yeah. That makes sense. I ask because I'm always, you know me, I'm always looking for ideas and things to experiment. Because what you said now, I might go home today and say, all right, let me edit some shit out and then or put some shit in and people might start.
Do you know what this was gonna say? Yeah, do you know what actually like you got a good point anyways, because not necessarily the bio bit, but like social media is the new CV. That's what people are not understanding. It's give it another 10, 15 years. I think when someone's gonna apply for a job, they're gonna be like, yo, like what's your Instagram? What's your It's happening now already, actually, slowly. There's people asking for like, social media and all of that stuff. They start asking for Instagram.
I don't get asked for my CV. I get asked for my Instagram.
Are you serious?
Show reel. I ain't got a show. That's what I ain't got a show on my Instagram. That's the reason I don't.
Some workplaces will ask. They start asking for like, do you have Instagram?
Depends on the role, innit?
Like it's changing. So what it is, I think in 15 years you're gonna be like, you want to apply for this job? Have you got a YouTube channel? Do you have Instagram?
Okay.
Let me see. You know what I'm trying to say? It's actually it's a bigger CV. It's a better version of a CV than something that's written.
Yeah.
Because anyone that's putting out content is actually the what does CV stand for again? Someone's life journey or something like that. Basically,
it's a French word, isn't it? Let me find out.
No, it's not a Latin. I swear it's Latin.
Latin. Sorry.
And curriculum vitae, whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce it. But the words itself. What is it? But what does it stand for? What does that mean?
Curriculum vitae.
No, what does it mean?
Didn't say that then. Shit. Course of life.
Yeah, course of life. Okay. So if you go on someone's Instagram, like I'm able to see your course of life.
Yeah.
Even better on your Instagram than
on just some writing on the CV. Yeah, it makes sense.
I see what you're doing.
That's the whole. You know how I had my probation review recently.
Yeah.
And I hate the fact that people. The whole idea of probation is the biggest load of bullshit in my life. Because they value the person who sucks your dick for the probation period.
That's mad.
And then it goes,
and it goes back to normal.
Why'd you have to say? Why'd you have to say like that?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's just public during probation. But why am I now devalued if I'm the same during and after probation. I'm just saying my interview, probation, job. If I got the job, it means I'm not different.
Have you seen that meme? Have you seen that meme? It says it's basically it's a person who's being interviewed, and the meme says like your starting salary won't be that great, and then the guy responds saying, my starting performance won't be that great until the salary is.
That's amazing. That's the one, man.
Bro, I'm for that, man.
Yeah,
I'm for that.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Low budget, low production.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
This is why, like, I don't know, man. I feel like the way that jobs operate, I think it's very stupid. Like you said, like, why? So basically, I can be a fucking great actor for the first 6 months, and then I'm just gonna be a piece of shit afterwards.
Because you got the job.
Yeah, just what I'm saying.
We know how to get what we want.
Yeah.
Because you set out a certain amount of rules. We've read the rules. We said, cool.
Yeah, we just follow them then.
That's what the law is. The law is, remember I said about the whole Central London being like one of the biggest crime-ridden places, is because they're the ones that set the rules. They set the rules knowing, cool, if these are the rules, I can do this, because it kind of bypasses the laws.
Yeah.
That's the people that set the laws. They set the laws before they even set it. They know how to bypass and do certain things. If you set a bunch of rules, most jobs are the fucking same. So now I know, cool, if I just bumlick you for the first 6 months or 3 months on my probation, after that I'm good. I got a job. I got my 5 year whatever contract. Then I can slack off and I'm good to go.
Literally.
You understand? It's just it's a flawed system, and cool, it's a flawed system, and that's a kind of working way around it. But then now it's like, you as an individual, why would you value someone who does that shit? Why would you?
We're saying probation passed at O2, yeah.
No, bro, they extended by 6 months.
Oh, is it? That's mad.
They feel like they did me a favor.
I swear, these
bro, I told them.
You're not bum licking enough.
I told
bro.
Mama.
You're not. Yeah,
you're not bum licking enough, bro.
I was never bum licking enough, bro.
He's not bum licking enough, bro.
Yeah.
I said no. I told him, bro, after 1 month, if you don't like me, give it to me. I said it. If after 1 month, if you don't like me, give it to me. Please.
But that's lit though, because like the fact that they're sending your probation for another 6 months, it's like they're considering that you're still a fit in that. So. Otherwise, I would
have just fired you.
I've heard.
So you're just on the fence right now.
The only thing is, I've heard that I've got a couple of friends that work at EE, and they said that when you fire someone, a salesperson for a phone store, it's a myth. Like it's a long process. The rather you leave than fire in a minute. That's the first reason. Second reason is they see the value. They see the value, but because certain people are so brainwashed into doing, because when you do a certain job like this for so long, that you become the very thing you disliked. You know what I'm saying? And they say, oh yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna be this kind of guy during the work times, and after the work times, I'm gonna be that. No.
Do you know what I think gets in your way though? I think because you just don't read the industry, or you just don't read the thing. You know what it is, because you have a bigger outlook on life, and you look at how things are structured and the society we live in. And I think because you don't fuck with that side of things, it gets in your way of being able to be there.
It's a means to an end. And during that means, if I can make that means as easy as possible, I can. Hence why the systems are down. You understand? If I can make the means,
listen, if the person that's managing the O2 store right now is watching and listening to this, do Aladdin a favor, let him go and let him go, because he's just definitely.
I'm definitely with it. If I can, bro. If I can listen,
I like that.
If I can do the most minimal shit and get paid the same way as the person that is doing the utmost, why would that? Just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Are you with me? That's why for me the systems are down. Do you understand?
Always down.
What? Cause bro, just the systems are down.
Do you know how? Do you know what? If there's a person, if there's a CEO who wouldn't mind being paid the same as all the other staff members, exactly the same amount, I think I figured out a way to start a company that fucks all these other companies off.
This is why I love like Tesla and Microsoft, because they have certain.
So do you know what? For instance, let's say like boom. So let's say like in O2, the way it works is like you've got like CEO, then you've got people under, and obviously the pay trickles down, right? It goes, but the lowest paid staff members are the ones that's like basically doing sales stuff and frontline stuff. Yeah. So the thing is now, I know if tomorrow, if I had a capital to start another company like O2, right? But let's say I'm going to have like 2 or 3 stores or whatever, And then the policy was that whatever profits we're making, everyone's going to have equal pay. you're gonna split that. So including the CEO salary, everyone's split. So bro, so man could be making 5 bags a month doing sales. Everyone's got the same pay basically. I reckon there's enough money that someone could make for everyone to get paid really well and get the best talent in the whole world. You could literally get the best talent in the whole world. Because would you not have the best sales representatives that's making 5 bags a month?
Definitely.
Yeah, good. Bro, everyone's going to work hard if everyone gets paid the same.
And listen, and is not everyone going to want to go work in that company?
Yeah, so you have better prospects coming in as well.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. Because there's enough money to defeat the ego. Because like there's people who be like, oh, but I'm qualified to do this and I'm so good at this and whatever. But actually, I think these companies make so much money that they could actually be, you know what? We're gonna split we're gonna actually have equal pay.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Tesla have an arsehole policy. If you're an arsehole, get the fuck out. Tesla.
Serious?
Oh. Elon Musk, he has an arsehole. He said, if you're an arsehole, go home. Come back when you're ready.
That's because Elon Musk is fucking lit.
He is a bro.
I like
you know, Microsoft have a bunch of slides in their thing instead of stairs. They have slides.
Oh, swear.
To do between floors.
So Google have something like that as well, no?
Google. So Microsoft, Google, and Tesla, those are the best places to work. Maybe not front line, maybe more so back office, but they have like stuff like arsehole policies and slides and all these things. If you look at their list, is because these people are amazing. These people. They go left when everyone goes right.
Yeah.
No, let me fix it. They go right when everyone else goes left. That's what they do.
Well, the path of least resistance.
They go over the path because they understand that this is. They know it's a risk for starters. They know it's a risk. They know it's if I fuck up, then I fuck up. It is what it is. But they're still prepared to take that risk because they know that if it goes well, it can
go very well.
It can go very wrong. But it can go very, very fucking well.
And a lot of the time, the upside is a lot more than the downside. Yeah. Are you with me?
And only those people that do that, there's only a very specific type of person that does that. Is your Elon Musk's? Is your give me someone else that's similar to him? Jeff
Bezos.
There we go. The Bezoses.
Yeah.
Those people that their mindset. Bezai. What should I say? But those kind of people, they don't have that kind of working class mindset. They may have been born and raised in that environment, but they ain't got that kind of mindset. So they're very, very like, you know what? I'm not like my man on the left, or I'm not like my man on the right. I'm me. I'm different. I know that, and I'm going to utilize this to become better.
I think, but that's what makes them different, isn't it? It's just the perspective. Yeah, it's like how they look at things. Like, and that's what inspires me in the world. It's like I want to have a bigger arsenal of looking at things in a different way. Yeah. I think that's for me personally, that's the key to life. It's like if I can understand things in a different way, that's what gives me the empowerment to go, you know, actually that thing is not what I thought it is, because now I can see it differently. Yeah,
definitely. And this is like just going back to even like people like Jeff Bezos and those guys there. Like I was reading the law, no, not law. What's it called? The Theory of Everything. No, that's a different book. The Everything Store, sorry, by Jeff Bezos. Well, it's a biography on Jeff Bezos. And like in that book, it talks about how Jeff Bezos, he said the only law that he follows is the law of gravity and physics. Everything else is down to negotiation. Yeah. And that's why, you know, like how most people, they operate in a certain way, like with the job interview method that a lot of companies have. A lot of the time, the companies like this and people like that, you know, the CEOs, they don't do that because it's like, okay, cool. Well, if that has worked the way that it has worked for them and they've got shit results, well, why would I then, are you with me? So then they change the laws, not even the laws, but they change how they operate.
So that means it doesn't follow any laws then, because technically, like the laws of gravity and physics, they're automatically there anyways. Don't have to follow them.
You don't exactly. If you don't follow them, you're gonna die basically.
And even the gravity thing as well. Yeah, it's like my thing is like cool. They say that gravity is universal, but based on how much we weigh, we experience it differently. Like if I weigh more, it's like I'm gonna be weighed down a bit more.
You know what I find interesting about that as well? Like miles per hour. That's all relative to Earth. Because you know when they say, oh yeah, a spaceship goes at this amount of hour, they're going to go that fucking fast because it's relative to Earth. Yeah. But if it was relative to the atmosphere,
that'll be completely different. Yeah.
I'm saying, is this what is your
So actually that's the thing. That's not based on perspective though. Do you know why? So the reason I say this is because like those things, they have a measurement of how fast they're going based on the measurements that we created. Yeah. Right. So if it goes into the space, you still know how fast it's going because of the measurements they're using to to measure.
But that's the measurement you're using is a metric of the earth. Is if I go from
that's a metric of a human. I wouldn't even say earth,
but
it's not. Earth didn't decide what a metric is.
No, I'm saying like for me to go from here to here.
Yeah.
The speed it takes me to go from here to here is gonna be different to the speed if I go from here to there, because it's relative to what is the ground kind of thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It might not be, because what I'm saying, I don't think you're getting it. In a car, when you're driving a set, it will show you how fast you're going. Let's say if you're going 30 miles an hour, it will show you how fast you're going. But it's not Earth that's showing you how fast you're going. It's the device that tracks how often.
What metric does that device use?
Miles.
Yes, a miles per hour relative to the Earth.
Yeah, and even in the space, you can still have miles per hour, because that's a metric.
Yes, I'm saying. So this goes back to the thing where I say, what metric are you fucking using? What metric do you use to measure your shit? Question.
It's kind of off topic from what we were just speaking about now.
There's no topics, man.
But,
there are no
not off topic. It's different.
It's on topic.
Yeah. So what for you guys? Yeah, is your what is it that you want your life to look like? What is your end goal in this lifetime?
To die.
Yeah. I'm with him. No, but that's not a goal. Is that a goal?
That's the end.
Sure. Okay. Let me rephrase it. Yeah. What is your goal? What is your goal, or what do you want to achieve before death comes?
I've already achieved it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, now I'm just enjoying the process of getting to the point when I die.
Okay.
Yeah. I already achieved it.
What is that thing?
It's to
those things, if it's more.
So for me, it's not rather than a goal. It's for me, it's just more of a purpose. Let me say my goal is to meet my purpose, which is, so for me, my purpose is around like a couple of things. So one is to have conversations with people that can help them realize some things, help them change their life to the life that they want to have, because good or bad is subjective and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the other thing is just to learn more about myself in the world as I go through this kind of process of doing the first thing. So I can do it in a more effective kind of way. And just remind people that people are just, the people are people, like all human. Like beyond all the like skin color and where we come from, all the cultural different, all of these different things. Yeah. Always like my goal is to remind people that actually like we have more in common than differences, basically, which is like the most common thing is that we're human.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
okay.
So I've already done that.
Yeah.
And now
that's interesting. I haven't ever met someone that has already hit their.
You haven't met.
I'm just enjoying. I'm just enjoying the rest of my life. I'm still doing the same thing. Which is a given now.
That was his perspective when we started this podcast. He always said that we already achieved our goal. Our only goal was to start a pod. Now we're just experiencing the process of what are the side effect things or milestones. Because the way I see it is, I don't run a marathon. I just run because it's fun. When you run a marathon, you're trying to get to the end of the marathon as quick as you can. Once you get there, you can go start walking and do whatever. Whereas if you run for fun, milestones are the side effects. Just doing side like you hit. Oh shit! I hit 5K. Shit, I didn't notice. Side effects. Oh shit! I've done this in this time. Oh shit! Side effect. You know what I'm saying? My answer to your question is I don't fucking have goals. My goals are very, very short term. By short term, I mean like, what am I doing next hour? What am I doing tomorrow? Maybe the latest I might go is probably in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I get bookings 2 weeks in advance. I don't get bookings 5 months in advance. I think about tomorrow. Yeah, so my thing is so short term because I enjoy the run. Yeah. I guess you can say my goal is to run as long as possible and continue having milestones and side effects. If I can maintain this idea of milestones and achievements or side effects, not the actual end goal, that's my goal achieved. So in a way, I am Instagram post. My goal, I'm currently achieving it. Leo's like, I've already achieved it. I'm in the process of achieving it because my goal is everlasting. As long as I continue to run, metaphorically of course, as long as I continue to run and continue having these side effects, I'm winning. In my metric of success, I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? So that's I guess that's my answer to your question. Just
like I could die tomorrow and I'd be.
You'd be happy.
I'd be happy.
And
now just I think now just like the other thing as well, which is Aladdin's talking about byproduct of something. So my other thing is like it's not necessarily a goal. I want to make more money as a byproduct of the things that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Do you have a certain goal amount
of how much I want to make?
How much money you want to make?
I'm going to keep spending it, so I'll never touch it anyway.
How much money would I want to have every single year? I'll probably be cool with like, I think anything above 100k is cool. Like just once I have 100k, I'm good.
Okay.
Like, to be honest, like, do you know what it is? Because for me is this. So I'm on this thing of like if you look at someone that's like broke or rich, right? It's like broke and rich people still have access to that thing. So for instance, so like let me explain it like this. Yeah. So a broke person can have a meal, 3 meals a day. A rich person can have 3 meals a day. It's just the quality of the meals are different. And there's always different levels of quality of something someone can have. So at one point, like I have to go like, how far do I want to go with the quality of the things that I want? A broke person can drive a car, a rich person can drive a car. The quality of the car they're driving is different. A broke person can have a flat, a rich person can have a flat. The quality of the flat is going to be different. So when I say broke, I mean like people that still have certain amount of money, but they're not. They're on the lower end of
the spectrum.
Access. You know what I'm trying to say? So my thing is like people still have access to certain things. Like at what point do you go like, cool, I have enough money to meet the level of quality that I want to have?
I don't think you can never have enough money. Because once you reach 100k, you are exposed to a different version of your life.
But that's cool. That's cool. But I'm saying my minimum is 100k.
Or for now, it's 100K.
For now, it's like my minimum a year that I want to make is 100k. If I get more, that's cool. That's completely fine.
Because you're always going to want to live a better. Once you're exposed to a better lifestyle of living, you're always going to want to go experience that. That is the purpose of life, to ever progress. For us, we can never, as how I believe it is, we can never reach our goal. Because once you reach our goal, we have nothing left to live for. So we need to be in this ever lasting kind of mindset of I'm trying to reach the next thing, this thing. We must always have a next thing to try to reach.
That's definitely where I am. I would say, like, or my thought process, because like for me, I think most human beings, if not all human beings, like I'm at my happiest when I'm working towards something. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm at my most
you enjoy the process.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so because of that, I feel like I always have to have. Because I noticed how you said you don't really have goals. For me, I feel like I always have to have some sort of goal, some sort of like thing that I can touch, so I can say tag. All right, next,
can I call it some sort of learning?
Yeah.
Because I'm making assumptions, right? Because I'm hearing something different. You're saying one thing, but I'm hearing something different. I'm hearing that you're a person of learning. And like what the process is giving you is the learning. So like you go through one thing and the money and whatever, that's a byproduct of that learning anyways. But you go like, cool, I'm gonna go through this process. Then you learn / you make money, whatever. Then you go, what's the next learning I'm gonna go through?
Like, do you know what? I feel like at this point in time, I feel like it's not so much the learning that is the thing that I'm most hungry for.
So why do you write things down on your phone then?
I feel like, that's true. I feel like for me, I can.
Why do you do one thing I've learned today?
Because I feel like I can use those things to get to my goal. Are you with me? So like, for example, when I write down stuff as it pertains to like business, I'm interested in learning those things because I want to have those things there so that when I'm in a spot where, okay, cool, what can I, from what I've learned, what can I pick from to utilize that could potentially get me to that goal? Are you with me? So I feel like I'm more learning so I can arm myself with the right tools that can help me get to that goal. Are you with me? So, and then once I hit that goal, then there's a new level of learning that I feel like I have to go through to then go to the
So this is where I'm going to challenge you. I think your goal is the learning.
Okay.
I think your goal is the learning.
Let me think about that.
I think your goal is the learning. I think once you get the new learning, you go look for new learning after that. I think all the other stuff you're talking about, that's a byproduct of that. And do you know what the other interesting thing is? You know your thing that you do, one thing I've learned today. Why is it not called what goal will I achieve today?
The goal is the learning.
Yeah, maybe.
It's an interesting thing.
I feel like, well, I just called it what I learned today because I was like, I need to learn something every day.
So what I'm saying to you, I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think it's called what I've learned today by accident. And there's a reason for why you put learned.
I don't know. I feel like because I have to learn something in order for me to get to my goal, I have to learn something.
Did you hear what you just said?
In fact, you don't actually have
to.
Do
just said
anything.
Yeah.
Your have to is you want to. I don't
Did
have
you hear
to
what you
eat,
just
I
said?
want to eat.
Yeah.
Do you hear what you just said? He said because I feel like I have to learn something.
Yeah.
So,
because in order for me in order for me to get to, okay, cool. Let me give you an example. So when I was working in Tesco, I had to. So one of my goals was I want to make $5,000 that I can just have for myself. So I needed to learn into obviously trading. I needed to learn how to. I needed to learn how to navigate the markets, what to look at, what to implement, or what to kind of strip away, so that I could get to over time that goal of $5,000. When I hit that goal, it was like, okay, cool. Now my goal is 10. Are you with me? And then I had to look, okay, cool. What can I do that will allow me to streamline my strategy so that I can go from 5 to 10 in a more seamless manner than I went from 0 to 5.
That reminds you of...
Do you see what I'm saying? So for me, it's like the goal is at the forefront of my mind. But so like you said, the goal is the byproduct. I feel like learning is the byproduct, because in order for me to go to the goal, I have to extend myself. I have to look for more information. Are you with me?
So you can't get to the goal without learning?
I don't think so, no.
So learning cannot be the byproduct. It has to be, the goal has to be the byproduct.
Learning might be the means to the end.
Because learning is the process.
Yeah.
Learning is the process. So for instance, it's like, if I watched, don't know, like an hour. So if I went and spend an hour on YouTube every single day, watching videos on how to become a public speaker or something like that, the byproduct of that learning will be I'll have knowledge on how to do public speaking. I might not have the experience, because that's practice is a whole different thing.
Do you know what? I like that still. I can't lie. I feel like you are right to an extent. I just feel like do you know what it is? Because I feel like I know when I have a goal, or when I have a goal, that's the thing that's on my mind. Are you with me? But it's like, because that thing is here, I need to say, okay, cool. What do I need to know that I don't know already to get up here? Are you with me? So, because that's like, I don't know. My goal is to get from here to home. From here, I'm going home. Yeah. I need to have fuel, but my goal is my aim is not to get fuel. My aim is to get home, but I need to have fuel in my car in order for me to get home. Do you see where I'm coming from? That's how I look at it. I just feel like the things that I'm learning is the fuel for me to get to my goal. Then once I've gotten to the goal, when I get home, I'm going to a restaurant this evening, because obviously Mom taking me out for Father's Day. So now it's like, okay, cool. I've gotten home. Now I need to, obviously, I'll get enough fuel to take myself from here to home or whatever. But once I get there, it's like, if I didn't, then I'd need to have enough fuel in my car. If I didn't have any, I'd need to go to the petrol station and go and get. I'm moving like an uncle right now. I need to go to the petrol station and get myself enough fuel that will get me from home to the restaurant and back home again. Are you with me? That's just the way I look at it.
That's interesting.
It's a resource, isn't it? It's a resource. The learning is a resource.
Yeah, exactly. Are you with me? I feel like learning is the resource that I need in order for me to get to my goal. Are you with me?
Listen, I'm with you, bro. Like I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm challenging you to say that I don't think that's the thing. So that's something for you to reflect on, anyways.
Exactly.
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
what I was about to say. Then again, I will have to, when I go home now, when Tanya's driving home, I'm gonna be thinking, fuck, this guy's got me. You know, I feel like is my goal actually the goal, or is the learning the thing? Are you with me? Because now I'm thinking about it. Maybe that is.
I think, but that's something interesting for you to
for me to think about.
Yeah, to think about.
With me? And maybe I haven't thought about it up until now, because maybe, you know, it wasn't what you said to me hasn't been presented to me in a way such as this. And on top of that, I do a lot of thinking, but not about why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I kind of already know. It's like I do more of my thinking in terms of, okay, well, how can I move forward? Are you with me? So like I said to you in the beginning of the podcast, I don't spend a lot of time reflecting on the past, if that makes sense, of why I decided to start learning or whatever. I'm just moving forward. Okay, cool. I'm doing what I learned today. What else on top of what I learned today can I do to make people see me and say that's the type of person I want to follow.
I think that's completely fine. I think people have this obsession. So we're gonna start wrapping up now, anyways. But people have this obsession of like understanding how past has affected them or what past made. Like that's completely fine. But my thing is that you always have the essence of the past, anyways.
Yeah,
the essence is still there. It's within you.
Yeah,
it's that thing. It's like it's that thing that I say sometimes. It's like I don't live in the past. Past lives within me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because some people live in the past, like they're constantly thinking about the past. But like for me, it's just actually, I allow the past to live within me. I give the past the permission. And I decide which parts of the past I want to allow to be there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the person that's ultimately going to say, you know what? Why would I spend so much time on the past when it's just an essence of who I am?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Extent. It makes sense.
Is there anything you want to promote before we wrap up with the last question?
He wants to promote an essence.
Well, yeah, a certain type of essence. Let me even get it out right
now.
I
got mine over there,
because I always got the thing on me. Majestic essences. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna quickly give just before we wrap up. Yeah, a reason why, because someone put this in my mind, and I said, I'm gonna speak about this. So I want you guys to think. Yeah, do you guys go clubbing? I know you don't go clubbing. Do you go clubbing?
Yes, he does. I'll ask that question for you. Yes, he does.
I had
go continue. He does.
Yeah, I do. Well, okay. Currently, yes. Currently.
Yeah.
But no, not.
Okay, cool. So think about, because a lot of people say, okay, why should I buy Majestic Essence's perfume? Think about it, right? You're in a club. You've been in the club for 2 hours. Yeah, it's hot. Everybody jumping around. They've been playing the bangers. You're sweating. Might be, kicking up a stink. Yeah, not a stink, but like manly essence. Yeah. Now, it's getting towards the end of the night. You found a babe that you want to speak to. She's wicked, leng, yeah?
We say 11 out of 10.
Right? 11 12, 15 out of 10.
15 out of 10.
Off the scales. Girl.
And you want to go chat to her. And when you go and chat to a girl, you make sure that you're correct first, yeah? Now, I don't really smell the freshest, right? But you got this in your pocket.
Jeez.
What do? Make sure you're smelling good, and you go and speak to the girl, right? And she says yes. And you ask at the end of the night, why did you say yes? Well, when you approached me, the first thing I noticed, apart from what you were wearing, was your smell. That is why people should buy Majestic Essences.
She's life-changing.
Are you with me? Because are you with me? Because
that's a good point.
So yeah, Majestic Essences, that's something I want to promote. Just me, man. Like, I'm lit.
100%.
Me, like I just know I am. Yeah. Are you with me? Yeah. So follow me up, man. Nathan, my name's Nathan the Macro. Your big brother, Skin Glow. AK Mr. Tall Dog determined to make change. AK Mr. Skin Glow and T-shirt and money growing. AK the real life Black Shin, man. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Nate Be Lit. That's it, man. It's crazy.
AK the Air Force King as well. Let's not forget that.
I can't
that's still there.
On an extension of your little thing you did there with the whole essence.
Yeah.
I love how small it is, man.
On a and that's why you can put it in your pocket. There we go. I should have mentioned that as well.
That's like
you pick it out of your pocket and then you're good to go.
Yeah, I don't like carrying things, bro.
Yeah.
Real talk, I hate carrying things, man.
Imagine walking around carrying your bottle of Tom Ford.
Dior.
Are you with me? Or some, I don't know, Dior Sauvage in your hand. It's just long. Are you with me?
Yeah.
You've got something you can put in your pocket where you can smell good.
And if you're in the same pocket as my keys is efficient.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Chewing gum, keys, essence.
Vaseline, of course. Vaseline, as you want to call it, whatever you want to call it.
I use natural fluids for that one, man.
Yeah. So yeah, man. That's what I wanted to promote. But what was the question? I'm interested to hear it.
Aladdin's gonna drop it.
Oh, go on.
Oh shit, yeah. That's fun. Question we ask every single guest at every single pod. One opportunity, say one thing to 7.8 billion people. What are you saying?
What am I saying? Optimize your life for the right thing. That's what I'd say. Because if you don't, there's nothing. The worst thing in life is to realize that you got good at the wrong thing. So, optimize your life for the right thing. For me, optimize my life for health, wealth, love, and happiness. I would highly suggest you do something along the same lines of that. And yeah, that's my answer.
I love that, man. You basically just said a title for the video. So
made your life easier.
Crazy.
Made your life easier. Go down.
yeah. Well, yeah. On that note, yeah, man. Nice to meet you,
Likewise, my guy.
person, and
Definitely.
yeah, it's just one of them ones where I feel like I already know.
Trust me. So do I, man. It's nuts.
Yeah.
I feel like I made a new associate today.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Definitely.
Maybe even a new customer as well.
Wait, maybe.
I run it person. I run him the team every time, man. I run
Do you know what it is? Like you couldn't sell it like Nathan did though. So
know,
you know what I'm saying?
Wait.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, man.
You get me? Man's just like, yo, like, smell this, bro.
No.
It's like, bro, it's like, this is Nathan's brand, you know. Smell this, bro. This is lit. Like, bro, that's the worst sales.
Don't do that.
That's the worst sales ever. Huh?
It's not my brand. Why would I say it if it's not my brand? I'm just sharing.
No, you said Nathan's. This is Nathan's brand, bro. That's what you said.
Yeah, but I'm not advertising.
You definitely were, bro.
I wasn't advertising.
You was advertising by accident.
Wait, regardless of what you're doing, you got the word out there. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, you might as well give him like 5% or something because he's definitely out there banging.
Yeah,
bro. I'm not even joking. How do you think I know? How do you think I know about this?
That's one of my runners there.
Bro, he even froze it. Listen,
I'm joking.
He even froze it at my head, bro. That's how bad it is. He dashed at my head once. He said, "Yo, take that,"
and it don't break.
Wait,
I swear down,
and it doesn't break,
bro. He dashed at my head. Yeah, at my workplace. He said, "Take that."
Bro,
did you not do that?
Yeah, I did. Definitely did. And
one thing you can guarantee, when it was coming towards your head, you saw it. Damn, what's that?
You saw it coming. You smell it coming.
Smell it coming. As soon as it left the pocket.
Smell it coming, fam.
Crazy.
But yeah, man, I am my brother. Love.
Bro,
love,
appreciate it, man.
love.
Cheers.